back from fire.
Look at this little dude.
Rubber.
Look at him.
Yeah, good catch.
Just chilling with my mum. You and the picture together?
Nah, I'm alright.
Can I, if I sit down next to you, can you take a picture?
Hi, Mum.
To do that to yourself, you've got to be in so much pain. So I just want to raise as much money so that Veterans Foundation can help as many people, and there are lots of them. This time next week there'll probably be another 5, 10.
Craig Ainsworth served in the Royal Marines, deploying to Afghanistan as part of an elite frontline unit. After leaving the military, he went on to work in close protection for high-profile clients before training in surveillance and working with Interpol. But behind the success, Craig battled with undiagnosed PTSD. Despite starting a mental health initiative to help others, the trauma he carried eventually overwhelmed him, and on the 5th of April 2025, Craig took his own life. Now, his mother Sally is speaking out in a bid to raise awareness and fight for better mental health support for veterans. This is their story.
He was very fun-loving, very motivated, and he was the eldest of 3 boys, and he was adorable. When he passed out, it was one of the proudest moments in my life, but I absolutely dreaded the thought that he'd had to go to war. I always felt he was going to come back, but he didn't really come back. He didn't mentally come back from war. I had a car accident when Craig was away, and you're told by the military you mustn't tell them when they ring you that there's any problems at home. And I'd gone up to A&E and I had severely high blood pressure, and he rang me to tell me that he was the front man with the little detector, and he was doing that. And he's saying, I'm the front man, and he was really pleased. And I'm saying, that's fantastic. And I'm thinking, I'm going to have a heart attack. Obviously, as a mum, fear, but you cannot let your sons know that. That's their chosen career, and you've got to get behind them.
I heard him talk about some of the things he said he saw, and he described it as some of the worst of humanity and extreme evil. Did you see a difference when he came back to when he went, Sally?
Oh, definitely. But he controlled it when he first came back. And I did try to talk to him and said, are you okay? He said, I'm fine, Mum, I'm fine. From the outside, anybody would think that he was laughing, joking, smiling. He was okay. He hid it well. He had a brilliant crew of friends, and they would have done everything and anything, but they didn't know he was at this point. I feel that if I kept going, he wouldn't be dead today. And I know the counsellors say you can't say that because PTSD takes people. The only way I can live with it, I have to keep myself really, really busy. Because when I stop, I picture him hanging from the tree. I was in bed in Spain, and my friend Neil rang me, and he said to me, Sally, Craig's put a suicide note on Facebook. Then the phone kept going, it was going mental, and everybody was looking, and then somebody he worked with traced his phone, and he was 5-10 minutes away from me. James, his brother, was with me, and he said, I'll come with you, Mum. And I said, no, I'll go, because we were all in shock. Immediately you go into shock, you don't know what you're doing, what you're saying. And I said, I'll go and I'll bring him back. When I arrived there was a police car there already, and there was a car and it was taped off. I kept asking the policeman and he wouldn't tell me, and my gut feeling as a mum was something was wrong, and I was trying to run round them and they were pulling me back, and then I heard morte, and I knew that was death, and I just collapsed on the floor. Worst day of my life. So if anybody's thinking of doing it, please don't do it. Your mum will be like me and my life's over. He was so depressed, he left a will, and he didn't want a funeral. He didn't want a celebration of life, he didn't want anything. And as his mum, I didn't honour that because I knew he was ill. For me, his dad, his brothers, we all needed to say goodbye, and we had a cremation. We didn't call it a funeral, you know, so he didn't want a funeral, but he was cremated. And then recently we put his ashes in the sea, that's what he wanted. And we did have a celebration of life, because again, he said he didn't want it, but the Craig, when he was Craig, the fun-loving Craig and the free Craig, he would have wanted it. I think there's a stigma to mental health across the board. For men, for women, you feel you can't tell anybody. Why? We're human, it's part of the human nature. And how do we expect our lads and lasses to go to war, see terrible things and come back normal? They signed up, they signed up to fight, but they didn't sign up for the war in their heads.
If there's anyone out there watching this who's struggling with their mental health, what message would you give them, Sally?
Go and seek help. There's no shame in it. You can get yourself back. You can live, and you can live a normal life. Look at your parents, your loved ones, and know that if you do something, this is what happens.
Craig's death, Sally, was only a few months ago, and clearly it's still extremely raw, and I don't doubt it will be raw for the rest of your days. You live with that. What would you ultimately like to achieve with your campaigning?
I want to stop veterans from dying. I couldn't save my son, but hopefully somebody sitting there listening to this will think, I need to get help.
The Veterans Foundation, Sally, has launched something called Operation Lifeline. Now, its mission is to raise £6 million a year to fund life-saving therapy, counselling, things we've talked about for veterans struggling with their mental health. What would you say to anyone who might be thinking about coming forward today and being part of Operation Lifeline?
Fantastic, it's an absolutely great cause, and for me it's an honour to be part of it. Veterans Foundation are saving people's life on a daily basis. If you want to help prevent the deaths of veterans like my son Craig, please sponsor a veteran. Your donation could help save lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you.